Well, hi Aquarius, welcome to Universal Guidance Tarot. It's time for your weekly reading. So I have shuffled these cards very well. I'm going to shuffle them just a few more times. This is a two-part reading. The overall energy of this reading will be in the middle of the first part of the reading. So Aquarius, let's find out, what can you expect to come up in your life? If this reading resonates, it's probably your reading. If it doesn't, it probably is not your reading. I would check your moon sign, which is your private and emotional self. All cards are male or female. Okay. Aquarius, the overall energy of your reading is the Seven of Cups. This is confusion about love. This is like, what does it look like? What does it feel like? Because it's like you've been choosing the wrong cups. It's like the cups that have been presented to you have all had something else in them. Takes up a lot of room in the cup, so there's not enough room for love. And it becomes very confusing. I mean, they all have, they all look desirable for some reason or another, except the one with the snake, as far as I'm concerned. But, to somebody it might be. But, all these cups are just, they got something else going on. So in love relationships, past love relationships, or even one, if there's one going on now, you have this confusion going on about the love. And a lot of times it's because the other person is more focused on something else. I have the Six of Pentacles up in your highest energy. So these are the two strongest energies in your reading, Aquarius. The Six of Pentacles is all about being breadcrumbed. It's all about somebody throwing your scales off balance. Feeding just enough into like a relationship to like keep you hanging in there. It's called breadcrumbing. It's like just enough. And this causes confusion, definitely. So these two cards can very well go together, and they do in your reading. So next to the Six of Pentacles is the King of Cups. This is water, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer that might be strong in your chart or someone else's chart around this reading. But the King of Cups, the energy is you have this huge cup of love, okay, in your heart. And I feel like you're just either not sure whether to hand it out, or you're afraid to hand it out, or you're just kind of protecting it. Because what the King of Cups is doing is holding it close. See, it's like you're holding your love close to you. Because I think you've been through some relationships here that it hasn't really panned out. And I feel like you feel that you're being breadcrumbed, and you're pulling back. It's like you don't want to be breadcrumbed. You want a relationship that's fully two-sided. And I feel like you're pulling back. And I feel like your intuition is telling you to do that, to pull that love back. To not, hand it out. The Magician now has the infinity symbol. That is the symbol of intuition and knowing. So I think you're kind of feeling this intuition. Your thoughts are telling you to pull that love back, because you're suspecting breadcrumbing. You're suspecting that they're another one of these cups. You have all the tools. You have the cup, the pentacle, the wand, the sword. You have all the tools to manifest just what it is you want from a relationship. So you do have the power. And I think you know that with that infinity symbol there. And I think you're feeling like this isn't quite the one. I have the Six of Swords under the Six of Pentacles and next to the Seven of Cups. Well, it looks like you're moving forward from rocky waters towards a smoother, calmer place in your life. Swords of truth and clarity here on the boat with you, moving forward. So it feels like you've already learned some lessons in life, And I think that you are suspecting that you might be getting into a relationship that's just like some of the others. I feel like you're going to be moving away from this energy anyway of being breadcrumbed and the confusion in love. Let's see how this pans out. And you're moving towards a better place, much calmer, more. It's hard. It's kind of hard work. The boat's being pushed with a pole. There's no motor on the boat, so it's kind of like making yourself move forward. Next to the Seven of Cups is the Four of Swords. There's some of your swords you're gathering up right here. This is under the Magician. You've been in this state of healing, the spiritual space. See the stained glass windows. It's very spiritual. You've been spending some time alone, like soul searching or seeking guidance, meditating, praying for truth and clarity about what's going on here, about probably what your intuition is telling you, and you're really wanting to know that your intuition is on cue here. I have the Ace of Pentacles under the Six of Swords, Aquarius. The Ace of Pentacles, this is about security, stability, groundedness, commitment. Where's the offer? You're only getting the Six of Pentacles. Causing confusion in love. What you need, what you want, is the Ace of Pentacles. You really want a solid foundation. You want a really balanced and grounded relationship. That Ace of Pentacles here. So I feel like you're not getting it, and that's why you're moving forward. You're working your way out of a relationship. I have the Two of Wands under the Seven of Cups and next to the Ace of Pentacles. And here you are standing alone. You got one hand on a staff of fresh starts and new beginnings, and the other hand is holding the world. That is a new life cycle. So yeah, you're looking out there. You're wondering what it's going to be like moving forward. Is the right person out there that is not one of these cups and that can actually be grounded and offer security and stability in a relationship? Well, I think there is. I think you're manifesting through all this praying and all this soul searching or meditating that you're doing. I think you can feel it, that there is a divine soulmate out there for you. There's your guardian angels and spirit guides. They hear you're praying. They hear you're meditating. They hear you soul searching and seeking advice from the universe. And there is someone out there, a divine soulmate. The Lovers came up. This is the card for Gemini. So Gemini might be strong in your chart or someone else is around this reading, but the energy, this is a divine soulmate. This means you've been lovers with them in another life, and there's probably a soul contract or some unfinished business with the soulmate that needs to be fulfilled. And it's like your guardian angels and spirit guides are trying to bring you together. And I think you're heading that way. They're very grounded. They're very committable. They're part of your new life cycle. Wow, Aquarius. Let's take out the second part of this reading. I feel like you've really been working on figuring out what it is that you want and, what's going to make you happy. And you're following your intuition as far as the moves that you are making to find your happiness. You are moving forward. There's that pentacle, the second biggest pentacle in the deck. Oh gosh, it's all been a spiritual lesson that you have been through. That's probably why this divine soulmate's coming in. Okay, so Aquarius. Up in your highest energy next to the Magician is the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is about communication. Back and forth, back and forth. This is going to help you move forward. Your intuition is telling you to have all this communication because it's going to help you answer a lot of questions that you might be doubting, or you might not know if you are feeling like the answers are right within you. So you're reaching out to whoever you're confused about and you're pulling back your love on, and you're moving forward from. It's right next to the Chariot. All that conversation is going, this could be texting or phone calls, something like that. All this conversation is going to help you move forward. This is the card for Cancer. Cancer might be strong in your chart, or in their chart, or in someone else's chart, like the lovers, like your divine soulmate. But more importantly, the energy is about moving forward. You want to move forward, and you are moving forward. All this conversation is going to help you decide how to move forward, and you really have your mind set and fixed on that pentacle. You want a relationship that's grounded. You don't want any Six of Pentacles. You want an actual offer of security and stability. You want a relationship that's grounded. This is also a card for Earth, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. That might be strong in your chart or someone else's chart around this reading. So that's where you're headed, and you're keeping this groundedness, this pentacle on your mind as you move forward. All this conversation, all this time that you spent alone, seeking guidance, doing your soul searching and praying, the Judgment card, it's all been a spiritual lesson. There's your guardian angels and spirit guides have been blowing this horn on you, and you are awakening to a spiritual lesson. And I think a big part of this spiritual lesson, because the Magician is pointing right to the Judgment card here, a big part of that spiritual lesson is how to trust your intuition in moving forward. How to, trust yourself. Because the Hermit is next to the Magician, which is a card for Virgo, by the way, which is an Earth sign. So that would give us 2 for Virgo so far, if we're looking at it that way. But this is about the universe trying to show you your path forward. Shining that lantern out there. The Hermit shining the lantern right on the Judgment card. It's like, this is your path forward, learning your spiritual lesson. That's your path forward, and you're awakening to it. So, you are moving forward. It's right below the Chariot, and it's right next to the Queen of Cups. So yeah, you've had questions about love. What's it supposed to look like? What's it supposed to feel like? And you know what? Now we have the King and the Queen of Cups here. This divine soulmate might be a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer, might be in their chart someplace. But other than that, or more than that, more importantly, the energy is, you have questions about love. See, I know you've been reaching out to the universe. You're confused about love. There's answers in that cup. And so you're really focused on what is it supposed to look like or feel like? Is it ever going to happen? Whatever your questions might be, the answers are in that cup. So that's what the Queen of Cups is trying to do. Now, the other thing I want to point out, this is definitely a soulmate. It's a soulmate relationship that's coming in, and it will be based on love. Okay? This divine soulmate, there will be love. You're confused about it now, but it's not going to be long before this soulmate comes in, and you will really discover love, and it will be grounded and solid. Okay? Next to the Lovers is the Six of Wands under the Judgment card. So this is success in love. It's because you're learning your spiritual lesson. Trust your intuition. Follow it. If you feel like you need to pull back your love, pull it back. If you feel like you need to move forward, move forward. If you feel like you need to be more grounded and secure and stable in a relationship, then be more secure. Look for it. Find it. And that's exactly what you're doing with the Two of Wands here. You're ready for a fresh start and a new beginning. And you have a divine soulmate coming into a new life cycle with you. And there's going to be success in love with them because you learned your spiritual lesson. So, next to the Six of Wands is the Nine of Swords right under the Hermit. Yeah, you were spending time alone. I mean, not only praying and seeking guidance and everything, but you've been up in your head. This Nine of Wands, all these thoughts, these are thoughts of truth and clarity. Remember the Six of Swords over here, moving forward. It's kind of been a hard go of it. But you're gathering up your swords of truth and clarity. It wasn't fun, obviously, by looking at this card, but it was helpful. And it helped you learn your spiritual lesson. And part of your lesson is don't accept any cup that comes your way. Be careful. Make sure that they have what you're looking for. And the Pentacle's a big part of that. But also they must have love. And so I feel like this person over here that you're kind of leaving behind, they might try to come back in. And that might put you back up in your head. But you're going to figure out you're going to use your intuition. And you're not going to accept that cup of love. Because there's more cups out there. And I'm telling you, from this reading here, there is a divine soulmate coming in for you. And that's all because you're learning your spiritual lesson. So you're going to be moving forward, and then in they come. It's like maybe right as you're entering a new life cycle. Or it might be after you enter it, but they're out there waiting to come in to be with you. There's, like I say, some unfinished business or something that you need to do with this lover here, this divine soulmate. Let's look at the bottom card. Two of Cups. Oh gosh, the Two of Cups. Yes, I think this is part of your spiritual lesson. Okay, that's another soulmate card. Friends with love. Soulmates. This can be a friends with benefits card. And I think maybe that's why you're being breadcrumbed. I think maybe that's why you're confused about love. I think maybe that's what you were getting from a previous relationship, or one that you're kind of moving out of now. You're realizing now they do have feelings for you. They're not just, they're not just horrible people or anything like that. But it's just a friends with benefits. And I think that's what your intuition is telling you. And you do have a conversation about that, and you do move forward from it. Excuse me. So you're going to move forward. You're looking for something more stable. I think that's all they want from the relationship, and you're looking for more. And more is coming in right here. More. This is what you're praying for. This is what you want right here. So wow. Aquarius, this is your reading, and thank you for watching Universal Guidance Tarot.